Hello, everyone. So today is day 2, and we will be learning about how to create your own AI clone. And to do that, you need to have access to my software, Collective Core AI. You'll see a little bit of these apps. This is the full suite. I'm giving access to is just a couple of the apps that we are going to be using. So to start, let's go over to Perfect Fit Images. Here is what I worked on a couple days ago, actually. And I was actually recording it, but unfortunately my lights turned off, which means that my computer turned off. And so the video that I had unfortunately did not save. So I am going to go over exactly what I did to have a model. And I'm going to go over how I was able to generate the images for this person. So this is like one of the clients that paid me to get their AI photo shoot done. They wanted an AI clone. So what you do is you click on train your model, and here you have the option to train the model as a person or a product. So if you have a specific product like a perfume that you sell, you can just add a bunch of pictures of the perfume itself and just create different images for that perfume. Or you can create a person. In this case, I created a woman. So I'm just going to recreate exactly what I did to get Leslie's model. So she is female. Her name is, I didn't put a full name, I just put Leslie. And as you see here, it shows the handle automatically. You can't change this. See? And the reason why there's a 1 after is because the other one that I did recently is named Leslie. And then here, just go through every single requirement. It just basically says, provide it with more than 8 pictures. The more pictures you provide it with, the more accurate it can be. Just make sure it's of different sections of your face fully. Not like don't give it pictures that have different people, that has like a too much going on in the background. Just make sure it's just the face, from up, down, side, and side. Okay. And of course, add images where you are wearing different types of clothing. So this is basic. It's very, very easy. Female, the name, the handle is done automatically for you, and then you just add the images. So the images that she gave me were all of these. So as you can see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. She sent me 17 images. So let me see if I just do this, right? So you click on all the images, open. See, it has them all there. Then you click on I confirm that these assets either belong to me or have permission to use them. That's just to save ourselves, because if you decide to use a picture of a famous person, for example, you have to make sure that you're using the picture safely and not doing things that you're not supposed to be doing them. So yeah, so then once you finish uploading the images, you click on submit. And then here is the thing. To be able to use this model, you have to pay a one-time fee of $6. This is the only time that you'll have to pay to use this model specifically. If you want to do different versions of your model or of a person, you have to pay $6 per person or per product that you clone. Okay, I hope that makes sense. This is because it is pretty expensive to do AI clones. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Flux Laura or any other app that does cloning, you have to pay because it is an expensive, it's very expensive. So for this to be $6 and have as many pictures as you want, because after this, once your model is generated, you don't have to pay anymore. So to generate images of yourself after cloning yourself, you do not have to pay anymore. So I added the $6 fee to her charge. So for my software, what I do is in my when I have this in my store, I add the $6 on top of what I want the price to be, because that's what is going to be taken out, right? So click here. Oh God, I shouldn't have done that. I think it's gonna, yeah, it charged me. I shouldn't have done that because it charged me and there's no way to get that money back. But it's okay. It's okay. I just did her again. I forgot that I had added my my card information, but it's fine. So you'll see that it's in progress, and then you just have to wait. Basically, just wait until it's complete. It takes a couple of minutes to do, and then once it's done, you'll see right here that it's completed. And then after it's completed, what you do is you click up here, generate image, and then here, this populates, and you can click on your model, and it will automatically create a prompt for you. You can choose the aspect ratio, and then you click on create a custom trained image, and then you'll see the type of image that it creates. And the strength here is just to play with it. You can go 0.85, 0.91. This is just to, okay, so let me backtrack. The closer you get to one, let's say you have it over here, the less the number, the more it looks like you. Okay. If you put it to 1.49, or I'm sorry, 1.5, it's going to look less like you. Okay. So I recommend always doing either 0.89 to 1. That's it. So I play around in between those. Sometimes I do 0.86 when I feel like my images are not really looking like myself, but you get the point. That's pretty much what you have to do. Okay, so, and it'll tell you here what it means. So this automatically populates, and she's basically in Dubai and she looks absolutely gorgeous. And that is her face. So that's pretty much all you have to do, and then just create image ideas, create different prompts, and I'll show you in a few how to do that. Okay, so here I am still looking at, by the way, this is a voiceover. I'm still, I generate a couple of images for the same picture. And I also use the prompt assistant app within the software that you also have access to. And I asked the prompt assistant app if it can provide me with different scenarios and scenes for her photo shoot, because she makes soaps. And so what I did was I asked the prompt assistant if it can provide me with images of her making soap and images of her being like around bubbles, and then creating a headshot of her and all of that. So that was another image that I created, and I just kept clicking on create another custom image. But they all look very beautiful, and they all look like her. And you'll see that I'll keep going back and forth, talking about what images I would want to make in the prompt assistant app and on this app. So it's you just have to wait a couple of minutes and then you'll continue seeing them being generated. And honestly, it's always less than a couple of minutes. But here is a prompt assistant app. What I'm doing is I told it to create at least 5 prompts for me. So I'm just going back and forth. And then what I'm doing is I'm reading it, and wherever it says a professional photographer or an entrepreneur or a woman, I always include the at Leslie. And what that does is that it triggers the image to know that it has to look like my model, which is Leslie. Okay, so you always have to include that on the prompt. If not, it's not going to generate an image that looks like your model or your product. So here I am just adding it on there. I am doing the at, and then I can either leave that same aspect ratio or change it, and then click on create another custom trained image. And I did about 33 images for her. There were some that came out like not that great, so I didn't send her those. But in total, I sent her 33 images, and she loved all of them. So I'm going to. I think what I'm going to do is fast forward. I don't know if I can do it here. I don't know if I can do it because if I fast forward, that means that I may have to cut the images, but I may just do that. Okay, so here I'm just continuing to generate the same prompt. It's always going to give you a different image for the same prompt. You can continue clicking on create another custom trained image just to see different variations of the same prompt. If you like one, save it. If you don't, that's fine. You can always just go to the next and regenerate. We're going to prompt number 3. I'm checking to see where I can add at Leslie. There you go. And then click generate. And I can also play with the aspect ratio, which I will be continuing to do. You just wait a little bit and then you get the image. She loved this one. This is a very beautiful image of her face and of her creating different soaps. There was one in particular that she was obsessed with. I'll let you know which one it was. So you just wait a couple seconds and then the image should be able to pop up. Sometimes what I experienced was that sometimes the images just come out black, and you'll be able to see it here. When it comes out just pitch black, that means that you're just doing it a lot of times without it like breathing, because that's what I was doing. As you can see, I was doing it like back to back to back. So you could just always regenerate, and it'll go back to doing another image for you. So yeah, she loved this picture. This is her favorite picture. She actually put it on her cover for her Facebook, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I stayed there a while because I liked it. So I'm fast forwarding it. You see how this one is black, just regenerate, then you create the other one. So I'm just going to fast forward. That one's a very beautiful picture of her, but it gives her a big forehead. She doesn't look like that. So I sent her that one, but it's not a great picture. That's a beautiful picture of her. Let's see. This one's with bubbles because she said she also wanted something like with bubbles, soapy. So I had her on the pool. I had her on a bathtub. Like I put her everywhere. And I also created different Um, this one's really pretty. I also created different headshots for her, like this one. She liked this one a lot too. And I also created them in different aspect ratios. That one's really pretty because it looks very natural. It looks like she took that picture. You know, it's very beautiful. So I'm just going to fast forward. That's another pretty picture. I'm going to keep fast forwarding. That's a beautiful picture. And here I'm just like playing with the theme. So, you know, for the headshot, I'm like, maybe let me do one that's like Valentine's Day related because I did do it on the 14th. And some of them came out really cute. I was trying to get like actual bubbles floating behind her, but it wasn't looking that great, so I just let it be. It still came out really nice though, and she loved the pictures. Here I'm asking, and I want a fun image prompt of a woman in a bubble bath in a nice vintage and Valentine's Day theme. Bathtub. In a nice vintage bathtub and Valentine's Day theme. Make sure there's a lot of bubbles. Okay. And off to the side, make sure there are custom soaps that she creates herself, which is what she used to form all the bubbles. See, like when you talk to a prompt assistant, you have to make sure you're very specific to tell it exactly what you want it to do. Because if not, it's just going to create something very crazy. So then I'm putting it here, and then you'll see what it comes up with. They're very pretty. All the pictures are so pretty. She loved them. See? Very nice. Looks like it's just floating in the water, but it's very beautiful. Let's just continue on. Here I was just trying to get the name of her brand, which is Lola's Soap Shop, and you'll see what I do. You'll see. Let's see if I can fast forward. So here, that was all AI generated. I told it to have her in a royal blue blazer with a white top underneath and white heels. She's smiling. There are soaps that she created all around her. I don't like how her eye came out on that one, but it's a beautiful picture. I didn't send her that one. But what I did was I just regenerated. But when you want AI to create, to make sure that it gets the words correct and anything that you want us to say, always make sure you use apostrophes inside of what you want it to say. So in this case, it'll be Lola's Soap Shop, and it did very well with generating that. That one's pretty. And then eventually I had to tell it to make the white top long because it kept showing a belly button. Because AI always tries to be sexy. Not in my watch. I'm just skimming through because this is a long video and I don't want to overdo it for you guys. But I'm just giving you different ideas that I did for her pictures. They're all very beautiful. And I just keep going and going. I'm telling you, I created a lot of images. There's one in particular that I made that I loved. And then towards the end, the images were not starting to look like her at all. And I'm like, okay, I know that I'm using it too much. Maybe I have to change the strength on it. So I ended up playing with it a little bit. See, that doesn't look like her a lot at all. And her hand looks weird. It was already starting to get glitchy because I was using it a lot. And by this point, I already generated probably over 40 images. I was playing with the strength and the aspect ratio. Um, I think this next image comes out amazing. I put it out one. It was at 8.89, I think. This next image she also absolutely loved. And yeah, she looks just like that. So she loved this image. She said that it actually looks like the back part actually looks like her grandma's house. So I made that image animated and she loved it. Um, that's a very nice image too. But at the end, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna stop because it was just too much going on. But I just kept asking, Prompt Assistant to assist me with the prompts, add them on there, create it, and just save the ones that I like. And at the end of the day, it was basically giving me an error because I was already asking it to too much. I think the top is like 50 images in 1 hour. This is less than an hour. So I couldn't use it for another 4 hours, but I had everything I wanted. I sent her everything and she absolutely loved it. So that is just me going through it and showing you what you can do in this app, in this software. And then going back to this, this is where the prompt assistant is. Where are you? Here. Here. And then this is where all the information is, all the prompts that I asked for it to create for me. And you could do the same thing. You could use this app to ask for prompt images and then use either hyper realistic images to create regular images of other people, or if you want images of yourself based on what you created, you click on perfect fit images. You click on after you train your model, obviously, you can generate as many pictures as you want after that. You click on generate image and then you click on your model and you start. And it's very, 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 very easy. So I hope this helps and I'll see you on day 3.